Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So here we are seeing the demigods who had arrived at the sacrificial arena of Prajapati Daksha. They have all become bewildered, surprised. They are all astonished. Why? Because something very much unexpected, unwarranted took place at the arena, sacrificial arena of Daksha. They are seeing through their own eyes that Mother Sati, she has voluntarily ended her life. In the previous verses, they expressed their astonishment that who is Sati? She is such a great soul, chaste lady. And what's her position? She is the daughter of Prajapati Daksha, the greatest of the kings. She is the wife of Lord Shiva, the greatest of the Devatas. And she is material energy personified. What happened to her? Why had she, what made her to give up her body? It is because, in this verse we are seeing, it is because of the neglect shown towards her by her father. And what kind of neglect? So let us see how Daksha, why he showed neglect towards his own daughter, though she was his pet daughter earlier. But because of her marriage with Lord Shiva, her association with Lord Shiva, and Daksha is envious of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva did not show him what respect Daksha expected during one earlier, sacrificial performance. Daksha felt offended and he has become so envious of Lord Shiva. Since because Mother Sati is his wife, now he is showing neglect towards her. So here, and neglect to what extent? In front of his own eyes, she is committing suicide. She is ending her life. Still, Daksha did not even attempt to stop her. This is just like it happens, right? In front of our own eyes. Some two people are fighting. We try to separate them, and what to the extent of someone is going and jumping from somewhere or hanging himself to end his life. Naturally, whatever, we tend to save them, protect them, try to forbid them, stop them from doing such activities. Now here Daksha, his own pet daughter, in his own, in front of his eyes, now she is ending her life, and he did not even attempt to stop her. This is the extent of neglect shown by Prajapati Daksha towards his daughter. What made him do like this? So that we have seen the answer is his enviousness towards Lord Shiva. He has become so insensitive. So here, if we connect this word like how the insensitiveness of Daksha, that he is not affected. His own daughter is committing suicide in front of his eyes. He is not even ready to stop her. His enviousness towards Lord Shiva. Okay, now one more step if we go ahead. Why did he become so envious towards Lord Shiva? Because of his excessive attachment to his own name, fame, what we call as puja, labha, pratishtha, his aristocracy, his position, the due respect, which these are the things Daksha is excessively attached to. Shri Krishna Balarama ki. That has made him so insensitive towards his own daughter. Just like other examples if we see, Kamsa, who was so affectionate towards his sister, when he came to know that his sister's son will kill him, immediately he tried to kill her. Why? Why? Because he is attached to his own body. That attachment to his own body made him insensitive towards his own sister. Similarly, in Mahabharata we see Dhritarashtra. How Dhritarashtra had become so insensitive towards whom? Pandavas. Because of his attachment towards his son Duryodhana. His excessive attachment towards his own son Duryodhana made him insensitive that his own nephews, the Pandavas, they were being attempted to kill in varieties of ways. Still, he did not take any action. So these are all because of his excessive attachment towards his son, nefarious son Duryodhana. So likewise, we should see how a person becomes insensitive if he becomes a victim of enviousness, excessive greed, lust, attachment. Now, the opposite is also true. What is that? When a person becomes a devotee of the Supreme Lord, he becomes insensitive towards anything material. In fact, the whole of spiritual life, spiritual advancement, that can be judged with how much sensitive you become towards Krishna and his devotees, and how much insensitive you are towards anything material. We see in the example cases of say Dhruva. Okay, Dhruva, his attachment was towards attaining material, property, wanted a bigger kingdom than his own father. But because of the association of Narada Muni, even such attachment was converted into his elevation in his spiritual life. That gave him so much of strength, determination, that he worshipped the Lord, taking up so much rigorous austerities that he was able to see the Supreme Lord within 6 months. And then, now in this context of being insensitive, we can recollect the instructions of Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri, he says like how Sandhya Vandana Bhadramastu Bhavatus Bhosnana Tubhyam Namo, goodbye to whatever Sandhya Vandana, taking bath and all such things. Because now my mind is attached towards Krishna, I think this is sufficient. And in another verse he expresses how let whatever the sharp moralists, let them accuse me, let my relatives speak whatever they want, let my brothers scold me, or all of those things. My mind will not budge an inch from serving the lotus feet of Krishna, though I may be incapable. So what does this show? His excessive attachment towards Krishna made him so insensitive towards anything material. Similar is the case with the gopis also. They were so attached to Krishna. Just by hearing the sound of Krishna's flute made them bewildered in their mind. Whatever activities they were engrossed in their household, in their homes, they couldn't no longer focus on that, concentrate on that, just by hearing the sound vibration of Krishna. And it is said how Srimati Radharani, just by looking at a tamala tree, the color of that tree resembled Krishna's complexion. She went and embraced that tree. So they were so attached to Krishna that made them become insensitive towards their parents or husbands or children. They just ignored, left all of them, and they ran towards Krishna. So this is what we need to understand, how Daksha here, because of his insensitiveness, due to attachment to his pride, his aristocracy, his name and fame, attachment to expectation of respect from others, he has become insensitive towards his daughter Sati, not considering she is such a nice lady, chaste lady, wife of Lord Shiva, great devotee. None of these considerations, whatever, touched him. He became so insensitive. So that we find in the later part of this chapter what it leads to, such a degradation on the part of Daksha. Another thing, here in the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, speaks about this word anatmya. Atmya means the life of the soul. So this word indicates that although Daksha appeared to be living, actually he was a dead body. Otherwise, how could he neglect Sati, who was his own daughter? So Prabhupada is telling how Daksha, though he is living, he is no more than a dead body. We find a verse in Hari Bhakti Sudhodaya wherein it is said, Bhagavad Bhakti Hinasya Jati Shastra Japa Tapa Apranasyaiva hi dehasya mandanam lokaranjanam. Apranasya hi dehasya. There is a dead body, and some people, they decorate the dead body very nicely. Srila Prabhupada says this, how this cobbler class of people, they, after anyone dies, he'll be nicely decorated with nice clothing and ornaments and many cosmetics, many things, decoration for the dead body. What is the value of that? The person whom they think they are adoring or receiving all of these decorations, now he is no longer there. So, that person who is not inclined towards devotional life, who is not interested or sensitive towards anything connected with the Supreme Lord, he is nothing but a dead body. Here Mother Sati, she is a great devotee, wife of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva's position is so exalted. None of these considerations now Daksha is seeing. So, he is nothing but a dead body. Though he may be having a big position as the Prajapati, he is being glorified, he is being all kinds of respects and honors, everything all surrounding people, everyone are giving him, and so much of wealth, riches, everything is there at his disposal. Still, he is nothing more than a dead body. Why? Because he is not inclined towards the Supreme Lord and his devotees. And he is so much envious that he has shown such a great disrespect and neglect towards his own pet daughter, Mother Sati. So here, I'll read out some portions from a morning walk by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says, "You have got a dead body and you are proud of it. Decoration of the dead body, and you are decorating the dead body. The body is dead, that's a fact. That means I am occupying a dead body. So long I am there, it is working only, but the body is dead." So we need to understand this. This body is dead. It's a dead body. But because of the existence of soul, to a temporary limited period of time, it appears just like moving, just like some robot is there. You connect with some power or something and it performs some activities. Likewise, this body is a dead body. Because of the presence of soul, it is some movement, some action, something it is doing. Once the soul leaves the body, again, it's nothing but a dead body. But all of us, we are so much attached to it. Just like you may be having some photograph, maybe of our childhood days. We'll be keeping that maybe in an album or nicely as a treasure. We keep it. And you look at it, take pleasure in looking at it. Oh, this is my photo, I was like this, all those things. But actually, what are you looking at? Where is that body now? You're looking at a dead body. That body is not there. That body is gone. The person now, same person, has discarded that body and has accepted another body. So that old body is no longer there. It's a dead body. Likewise, we go, like say, watch some videos, watch some cinema. What's happening there? Some 2, 3 characters, they're interacting with each other. It may be different rasas, it may be fighting or comedy or romance or whatever it may be. So we sit in the theater and for 2, 3 hours we completely engross ourselves in all the different interactions, activities going on between 2 people there. Now, if you just try to understand, in reality, the clip, what you are seeing, part of that movie there, that clip would have been shot maybe many months or sometimes years ago. Because to make one movie, they take many months and years also. So all those things, whatever shooting will be done, and then mixing will be done, sound, so many things. It will take many months and years to produce one movie. Those things, what you are seeing, that person, that hero, heroine or whatever, it is there, whatever the form what you are seeing, it is maybe some months and years old. Now you are seeing and enjoying the plot. So actually what you are seeing, looking at some dead bodies and completely engrossed in the so-called interactions, illusory interactions which are taking place there. Enjoying looking at dead bodies. So this is what our acharyas speak about in whatever direct terms Prabhupada is speaking here. Yet another place Prabhupada says, so without spiritual knowledge, it is simply decorating the dead body, that's all. The modern education is simply decoration of the dead body, that's all. I am engineer, this dead body, I am now identifying to become engineer. But as soon as the body is finished, your engineering is finished. You get another body, it may be a dog's body. So, the engineering, this medical practitioner, this lawyer is simply decoration of this dead body. What is the value of decorating a dead body? So-called material education, big titles, positions, everything is nothing but decoration of dead body. Another place Srila Prabhupada says, the body is dead, just like your shirt, it is always dead, it is dead always, either on your body or hanging on the hanger. Your shirt and coat, is it not? This is also an experience we have got. We wear one shirt and then we may put it on the hanger. Whether on your body you are wearing it or put it on the hanger, or if it is torn, you'll put it in the dustbin. The shirt, it's always a dead body. There's no life there. Similarly, this body, now the living entity, the spirit soul is there, or the spirit soul leaves and it turns into krimi, vid, bhasma, ashes or earth, whatever it may be. In any condition, this body is dead. Just like the shirt, it's there on your body or on the hanger. Likewise, the body, now we are possessing, or it will be in the graveyard tomorrow. It is nothing but a dead body. So this we need to keep in mind. Now, hearing all of these things, now maybe a great big logician or some atheistic people, they may argue, why do you say it is dead body? How can you say it is dead body? I am breathing, I am eating nicely, I am enjoying my life. How can you say it is dead body? The Bhagavatam says, yes, it is dead body. You are telling that you are living. The trees are also living. You are telling that you are breathing. The bellows of a blacksmith, which he produces to put air to the fire to ignite, that will also be breathing. Taravaha kimna jivanti. Does a tree standing in one place, does it not live? Bhastra kimna shvasantyuta. The bellows of a blacksmith, they also breathe. Na khadanti na mehanti kim grame pashavo pare. The animals loitering in the street around you, the dogs or cats, na khadanti, do they not eat? Na mehanti, do they not pass semen and perform sex life? What is so great about you? And okay, animals, you are comparing me with animals. I am not simple animal. See, I am a big man. There are so many followers for me. Follower now YouTube channel. I have 1 million followers. My Facebook, whatever we may say, a lot of people are following me. I am a big leader. The Bhagavatam says, Shvavit vara hostra karai samstuta purusha pashuhu. You are thinking that you are not a devotee of the Lord. You are not inclined towards performing devotional service, your eternal dharma towards the Supreme Lord. Then, if at all some people are praising you, they are following you, means they are nothing but they are of the class of Shva, Vidvaraha, Ushtra and Khara. They are nothing but dogs, camels, donkeys and pigs. Such category of people glorify another bigger donkey, bigger dog, bigger pig. That's it. Because they are not aware of the spiritual value. They are not aware of the importance of the human form of life, the purpose of this. They just perform activities like a dog. Just behind with some bits of bread pieces. They are ready to do anything for the master. And then the pig, indiscriminate in eating. And a camel which eats thorns and enjoys by pricking its own gums and blood coming out of that, and the thorns mixed with that blood creates a specific taste which the camel enjoys. Likewise, human beings also, giving up our own blood, we enjoy. And then ass or a donkey performs so much labor, carries huge burden of the washerman just for a morsel of grass. So, people who are not aware of their spiritual life, they are of this category, and people of that category glorify another person who is something in a bigger position from their own category. So, Bhagavatam continues to say what's the value of your senses? If the senses are not utilized in the service of the Lord, what is the value of them? Because we find in the 9th canto of Bhagavatam and during the explanation of Maharaja Ambarisha's pastime. So there, how Maharaja Ambarisha engaged each of his senses very descriptively, it is narrated there. So here in this portion the Bhagavatam says, first it speaks about the ears and the tongue. See, we have heard how Maharaja engaged his ears. Shrutim chakara chuta sat kathodaye. He was engaging his ears in hearing the glories of the Supreme Lord. Now, the Bhagavatam says how bile batorukrama vikramanye na shrinvataha karnapute narasya. If any person, his ears, if the glories of the Lord has not entered his ears, those ears are nothing but a bila, a snake hole. And then we hear about Maharaja Ambarisha, Vachamsi Vaikunta Gunanuvarnane. He used his tongue, he used the power of speech to glorify the Supreme Lord always. If this is not done, the Bhagavatam says, Jihva asati dardurike vasuta nacha upagayati urgaya gataha. That tongue which doesn't chant the holy names of the Lord, does not glorify the Supreme Lord, that tongue is not different from whose tongue? Cow, frog, dardurika. The frog, it simply croaks, makes a croaking sound just to invite its death in the form of a snake. That tongue which doesn't glorify the Lord is like the tongue of a frog, simply croaking, making some sound of no use, just to invite its own death towards him. And then, continuing, then it speaks of how the head and hands, Maharaja Ambarisha, Shiro, Padabhi Vandane, the head is supposed to be bowed down at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So now, that head which does not bow down towards the Supreme Lord, what is it compared to? The Bhagavatam compares it to Baraha param patta kirita jushtam api uttamangam nanamen mukundam. That head which is there on top of our body, if it does not bow down to Mukunda, to Lord Krishna, that is nothing but Baraha, some weight what the body is carrying. Just like maybe some weight if we carry on our head, will be uncomfortable, which doesn't belong to us, no use, simply will be carrying a big stone if we are carrying. Likewise, that head which does not bow down to in front of Lord, the Supreme Lord, is nothing but unwanted, unbearable weight on top of the body. Though it may be Kirita Jushtam, though big Kirita is there, nicely decorated, just like now in the case of Daksha, this is what exactly is being spoken of. Big position, everything may be there, but he is not a surrendered soul. He has become an offender now. And then about the hands, Karau Harer Mandira Marjanadishu. Maharaja Ambarisha, through his personal example, he has shown how the hands are supposed to be used in cleansing the temple of the Supreme Lord. Now, if at all those hands are not used in the service of the Lord in this way, Shavau Karau na kurute aparyam Hare lasat kanchana kankanova. Though the hand may be having nice golden bracelets and bangles, everything, if it is not engaged in the service of the Lord, then the hands are non-different from the hands of a dead body. No use. It will be lying there, nothing, no work it can do. So it is compared to that. And then about the eyes, Mukunda Lingalaya Darshane Drishav. The eyes are meant for looking at the nice, beautiful form of the Supreme Lord, nicely decorated form of the Lord. But if we don't use it for this purpose, then Barhaite te nayane. The eyes are compared to the eyes of a peacock feather. The peacock, they have got a feather, and the feather also has got some eyes. What is the value of that? It cannot see. It appears to be like eyes, but it cannot see. Likewise, through our eyes, we don't see the beautifully decorated form of the Supreme Lord. Our eyes are not different from the eyes of a peacock feather. And then our legs are meant to go towards the places of the Supreme Lord. If it is not used for that purpose, the Bhagavatam says, Druma Janma Bhajau. The legs are compared to the trunk of trees. Trees there, its trunk is there. The legs are compared to that if it is not used for going to the places connected with the Supreme Lord. And finally it says, who is a dead body, completely dead body? Jivan Shava. See, we hear about Jivan Mukta. Though inside this material body, that person who has engaged his body, minds and words in the service of the Supreme Lord, he is Jivan Mukta. On the opposite side, we hear the Bhagavatam says, Jivan Shavo Bhagavatangre Renum Najatu Martyo Abhiladreta Yastu. That person who has not received the dust of the lotus feet of a pure devotee on his head, he is a Jivan Shava. Though he is living, he is nothing but a dead body. And not just that, who is a breathing dead body? Shri Vishnu Padya Manujas Tulasya Shvasan Shavo Yastu Na Veda Gandham. It speaks about a breathing dead body. Which is that? Which has not accepted the fragrance of tulasi leaves offered at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. So that body is a dead body, is a breathing dead body. He is able to breathe, he is able to smell, but he has not smelled or taken the fragrance of the tulasi leaves offered at the lotus feet of the Lord. He is nothing but a dead body. So likewise we see here Daksha, now he has become so much impudent, insensitive because of his enmity towards Lord Shiva, his excessive attachment towards his own position, name and fame, respect, all of these things has made him so insensitive that in front of his own eyes, his daughter is committing suicide, he is not attempting to even stop her. So this is the extent Daksha has gone. That's why Srila Prabhupada is telling that how he has become, though living, he is nothing but a dead body. So we'll end here. Grantraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.